Hi, Bob Haig here. Today I'd like to talk about how I set up and EQ my monitor wedges. Now, one thing about live sound, there's probably 100 different ways to accomplish the same goal. I'll show you how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way. There's probably other ways. In fact, I'm hoping I'll hear from some of you that have probably better ideas. But I'll show you how I do it. Let's get started. Okay, here's today's setup. I have my tablet connected to the UI mixer. I have my Alto TS310 powered wedge connected to aux1 output on the UI, and I have an SM58 microphone plugged into channel 3. Now in the settings of the UI, I would recommend that you turn the aux inheritance to on, the mute inheritance, so that if you hit the mute all, it'll mute the auxes as well as everything in the fronts. And I certainly suggest that the aux send point be pre-processing. Otherwise, if you make any changes to the EQ or to the compressor on any channel, that's going to affect the wedges as well. And really, you're just asking for feedback problems if you don't have that set to pre-processing. I found that the sound in the wedges is very contingent on you having your gain set correctly on your microphones. If the gain is too high, you're going to have feedback issues with your wedges. If the gain is too low, you're going to have trouble getting enough volume out of them. Now on my UI mixer, I found that the sweet point is right around minus 12 dB. At minus 12 dB, I've got plenty of signal to get nice loud sound out of my wedges. Now I set the master aux end on all my auxes to unity gain, which is the little line there you can see. And also on my wedges, my TS310, I set that to unity gain as well. Then I set the individual channels, microphones, until I get a nice, clear, loud signal out of the wedge. And surprisingly, that usually ends up being somewhere right around unity gain. But I get a nice, loud signal out of the wedge at that point. Now in the graphic on the output, I pull the low faders down at the bottom. Nobody can hear those frequencies. I do the same thing at the top. I pull the top two sliders down. Nobody's hearing those frequencies. You can see I've added a little high there for some sibilance, and I've pulled a little bit out of the lows to clear up the mud. But these new powered speakers need very little in the way of EQ. They sound great the way they are. Now this mixer also has an automatic feedback system, an AFS2, but I have not had to use it. I don't have feedback issues with this mixer as it is. There are a lot of videos on YouTube on how to use this AFS2 if you're interested, but mine seems to work fine without it. So let's go out with a good old-fashioned check 1, 2, 3 Soundman test.
1, 2, 3, hey, check, check, 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2, 3, check, check. 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2, 3, checking. 1, 2. Hey, 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 hey. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2. Hey, check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3. Hey, 1, 2, 3, check, 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 check. 1, 2.
There you have it. I'd love to hear your ideas on these topics. I'm sure you've got some good ones. So, thanks for watching.